Look, Nipsey Hussle facing new allegations. Look, this not even allegedly. They really got the paperwork. I don't know how he hid it for so long. But look, this is sexual assault charges. Allegedly, well, no, this has happened. When he was 23 years old, he had sexual relations with a kid under 15. Look, bro, like I said, I don't know how they kept this under wraps for so long. Maybe it's because everybody in that industry, fam, when you get up to a certain point, it's because you did something back in the day and them people know something about you. Look, when Lauren London name came up and did a trial, everybody knew the shit was about to hit the fan. Whack 100 been telling his stories. Look, bro, I can't even fuck with Nick no more. Yeah, I can't even fuck. You gotta stand for something or you fall for anything, bro. Look, man, if you a sick, sadistic fuck, show yourself now. Show your fucking self. I can only imagine what Kendrick Lamar has allegedly done. Yeah, some LA shit, bro. Look, drop it in the comments, fam. They end up dropping the sexual assault charges because he was also picked up with a firearm, a gun. He pled guilty to the gun. They dropped the sexual assault charges and nobody found out about nothing. But everybody knew. If you was from Slauson, LA, or anywhere around that man, you knew what he had done and you didn't say nothing. So y'all right along with him. Look, I hate to even do this to him because Nipsey Hussle was my guy. But you gotta remember, bro, these people are just fucking people. Drop it in the comments, man. I'm just being honest. I'm just being. Diddy denied a mistrial by a federal judge. Look, bro, they say no. You know what I mean? Everything that's coming for him is gonna come for him. Look, the case has been the worst. Everybody testified and everybody that got on that stand put a nail in that man coffin. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I know a lot of people gonna say, why is he laughing? Why is he laughing? I'm like the Joker. I laugh at the awkward times. I just laugh at anything. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to laugh at that man, but he is gonna get them 20. I'm gonna say that again. The dealer is gonna get them 20 years, if not more. If not more, because once they get him in there, that's when the real charges gonna start coming. Like, let's charge him with this too. Let's charge. Before Diddy know it, he might get 150 years and he deserves it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Look, Eminem won favorite hip hop artist at the AMAs. That's the American Music Awards. He also won favorite hip hop album. Billie Eilish won best hip hop album and best album of the year and best song of the year. Did you know why? Jigga didn't pay for this one. Yeah, he couldn't do this like he did that other shit. Couldn't do it. You know, like he did for Kendrick or like he did for Queen Bee for them country awards. He couldn't put this one in. He couldn't pay the bill on this one. And sorry, because look, Kendrick Lamar, GNX CD, it lacks soul, fam. It lacks soul. Peterson is way better. That's Tory Lanez Peterson album is way better than GNX. Why? You can hear the soul, the grit. You gotta get to the grit of it, fam. GNX just didn't do that. Yeah, Drake, he did that with some sexy songs for you. If you a man that has ever been with a woman, you would understand. But if you haven't and you one of them 40-year-old virgins out there, you wouldn't understand that, bro. But yeah, you gotta make somebody feel something other than C walking and B walking. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, ASAP Rocky releasing a collab album with Young Thug. Look, one is little ASAP. It wasn't even ASAP Nas. I think it was ASAP Ills. I've never heard of this guy. You know, never heard of him. But he spoke on it and said, go ahead, ASAP, drop that album. Drop that album. Look, bro, niggas still waiting on the album that this man been working on for the last 10. Just because he got an album with Young Thug, if he actually has one, don't mean it's good, fam. I'm gonna say that again. It don't mean it was good. For Jeffrey to get on that, I don't even see what they be talking about. You know what I mean? It's a big gay album, if you ask me. Like, who wants to look, bro? Say that shit. That album ain't never coming out. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Why ASAP don't release music like that? He's scared to be judged. He ain't even a real artist. He's scared to be judged. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, Camron throwing shots at Travis Hunter. He say he should have got a prenup, uh, prenuptial agreement for the people that really know something. But look, he say he should have got that. Why? He's going to the NFL, but you're gonna marry a gold digger? Well, look, bro. Look, bro. Cameron, first of all, he's zesty. I said it. He's gay. You know, point blank, period. Now, the other thing is, like, bro, money, you really gonna jeopardize love and everything else for some money. So what? The woman that you've been sleeping with and that you've married gonna take half if it don't work out. That's just how the game go, fam. That you should want a woman you love to not have to go back all the way down. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. Look, ain't nobody gonna marry Camron. Yes, why we ain't never seen you with no woman, nigga? That's the real question that inquiring minds wanna know. Like, no. Like, really seeing you with no woman, not just word of mouth that they're together. When have we seen Cameron really bite a bitch? Drop it in the comments, nigga. Never. Look, DJ Akademiks throwing shots at Absol. Look, Absol, we're rapping. He's always just rapping, but never really making nothing quite so clever. But anyway, look, he said he won't slap the shit out of him. Academics say that sounds amazing. But somebody remind this nigga that LA is not gonna have a funeral for him like they did Nipsey Hussle, which is true. Which is true, man. Let's just be honest, bro. That dude give himself the accolades. He say he's the best rapper alive, all type of other shit, but it doesn't show in the music. You give him a little microphone and a little boom bap, he could do something. But we talking about songs, fam. He don't got them. Y'all drop it in the comments. Absol sucks. Point blank, period. And his voice is fucking irritating. It irritates me. Well, academics say keep rapping, little nigga. We ain't seen you slap nothing yet. The truth. The black little pastor ain't even like that, fam. Let's just be honest. But let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. And bruh ain't never made a hit. 10, 15 years been able to go to $1 million studio, multi-million-dollar studio, ain't never came out with nothing. You know what I mean? Not even a feature that's charted, fam. What are y'all saying? Rap God. Man, a rap God. I used to think that shit about J Electronic, bro. But the thing is, bro, sometimes you realize they ain't got it. You know what I mean? That's just point blank, period. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Al so cool. Cool little nigga, you know what I mean? Cool little nigga, but he ain't who y'all think, fam. He ain't who y'all think. The truth of the matter is, I'm who y'all think Absol is. Scars from the Playground. Check out that shit, you know what I mean? Streaming on all platforms. Scars from the Playground, fam. Absol. Look, Jaheim arrested for animal cruelty. 4 pits, a French bulldog, and a mutt. Yeah, 4 pits, a French bulldog, and a mutt. 6 counts of animal cruelty. The man wasn't providing water, wasn't providing sanitary living conditions, and didn't have adequate ventilation. Look, somebody called the ASPCA on that man. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But that ain't the first time. A couple years ago, they caught him with about 15 dogs that he was starving out. Look, bro, if you ain't got the time, money, whatever, to care for these dogs properly, just stop. Just stop. But yeah, it sounds like somebody, you know what? Jaheim been looking crazy. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it real. He been looking crazy for a few years. I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, I don't know. Look, bro, you shouldn't have the dogs, and you only had 5 dogs, 6 dogs you couldn't take care of. Come on, man. Enough is enough. Y'all stop it with the bullshit. Jaheim, you should have put that woman first, fam. Yeah, you should have put that woman first. Maybe your life would have turned out quite. Look, Machine Gun Kelly was mentally affected by Sean Diddy, the Diddler Combs, as some like to refer to him as. Look, he was mentally fucked up. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He is no longer a rapper either. Now he's a pop singer with his new song video. I ain't seen it. It's called Cliché. Where they say he in there trying to dance like Chris Brown. Look, bro. Look, man. This the thing about white rappers. Not always, but sometimes, bro. They possess so many different characteristics and personalities that you don't know who they are. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. That man smoked something in that puff house that had him dancing naked in front of Diddy. And he been different ever since. Yeah, he been this ain't the same wild boy. I'm a wild. I don't know what's going on with MGK, but he cool. Yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. He cool, cause the man is a pretty good actor. You know what I mean? Pretty good actor. But as far as what Diddy did to him mentally, I don't know what's going on with him. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Machine Gun Kelly has changed. I don't know who he is anymore. Look, Dame Dash is auctioning businesses to pay a $4 million debt to Josh Weber, Chris Weber, over Dear Frank, over some comments he made on his podcast. Look, he already approved the auction. Several companies, as well as copyrights to several films and screenplays. Look, bro, even state property up for sale. Look, it ain't nothing but $4 million. You know what I mean? When you somebody like Dame Dash that has made so many people millionaires and a billionaire, come on, bro. You think somebody would just take the high road, bro? Take the high road. You got Dame selling all this shit. I didn't even know he owned that much thing. I didn't know he owned so much. But to auction it, bro, and you ain't gonna get shit for it when somebody gonna buy it. Oh, I own Dame shit. Look, bro, that's corny. Yeah, that's corny. That shows you how fake and phony all these niggas are in the industry, bro. I thought 4 million was nothing, you know? You got a nigga like Lil Baby that keep 2 million on hand, man. You know what I mean? Bro, pay it forward, which I don't understand, fam. For the YGs, big bros, unks, OGs, granddaddies, like, bro, you got to pay it forward. This is for a nigga like Dame, bro. Nigga, look out for Dame, bro. You'll be good forever. Real shit. Y'all gotta understand, bro, the roots of this hip-hop shit. You know, you gotta understand that shit, bro. But if you don't understand, you leave Dame on the island by itself. Look, 50 Cent, wherever y'all, help that man out. It'd be nothing for you. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, it'll make you go viral like a motherfucker. You'll be looking like even more the boss that you already are. Let him drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Dame Dash. He'll pull himself together. He'll get his shit together. Right now, he going through it. They even want his wedding ring. Drop it in the comments, man. It's Cars from the Playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clipper. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.